Do a lie.
Can we talk now, Dad?
Yes, I like.
Welcome to Sports Radio.
That's loud.
I should probably fade it the other way.
Probably
Find out who did the score on this one.
And we're fading. And we're fading.
Do you have that recorded where, like, you just blast it when you walk into your bathroom?
What?
What?
This gets me all pumped up. Welcome to Entertain This, episode
Hello.
18.
This is 18, right?
This is a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games where nerds like us talk to you, nerds out there in the virtual world. And we talk about words and worlds. And
We use words to talk about worlds.
That's true. And I'm Hayden. This is Tom. This
Hi,
is
Tom.
Mitch.
Hello.
And today we have a very special guest, Brian.
Hi,
You weren't
Brian.
Sure, yes, the black guy in the corner, yes.
We weren't saying anything.
I just called you Brian.
Yeah. We're just,
Brian, yeah.
we're going to make the coloring expert at the end of this podcast. Do a little bit extra work. But no, Brian's a friend from work, and we are always talking about stuff outside of work involving movies, TV shows, or video games, and he's a great person to have on to give his 2 cents. Plus, he plays PlayStation, so
Yeah.
we are diversifying. No longer just the Xbox
on the dark side of consoles. On the dark side of console gaming.
Well, like I said, we're an equal opportunity podcast.
That's right.
We got PlayStation now, so. All right, cool. Well, let's talk about today's punishment review, Mitch.
I had to watch She-Ra.
Let's clear things up here. So
Yeah,
each week
me up.
we spin a wheel and somebody gets chosen to be punished by the other person, by another person in the podcast.
Or something the fans
Right.
post,
Post on
they
Facebook.
want me to get punished by.
Right. And that person has to watch or play the stupid medium that is that for instance, She-Ra. And I chose She-Ra. This is Mitch's third punishment in a row. He's had 3 weeks in a row. This is his second time.
You're striking out.
Yeah. Second time I've had him 3 weeks in a row.
If we had baseball
fine.
cards, he's a 2-time hat trick.
I've been punished a couple of times. Tom's only been punished freaking twice.
In 18
Yeah.
episodes.
The first episode, and then like 4 episodes ago.
Oh my god. But yeah, so this go around, it's Mitch with She-Ra. Mitch, what did you think of? What year was this show, by the way?
I think 82 to 85.
Okay.
It ran for 3 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody was watching us, I guess.
Yeah, the little girls were apparently. That's what the toy company would like you to think.
Okay.
Well, if they were watching it, they were watching He-Man save She-Ra or give her the power so that she could fight off the bad guy.
Really?
Yeah, because
It's very
Like-
anti-feminism.
the first 2 episodes, He-Man does all the savings. Like, she doesn't even have power. She realizes, because He-Man explains it to her,
Really?
that she's working for the bad guy.
Oh man.
She sees the bad soldiers like treating the people in the town bad, so she's like, "Oh, you are bad! Oh my gosh!" You know.
So you're saying that she can't be a good person until a big, strong, strapping man comes in and rescues her and tells her
What's what.
I
Yeah,
wonder how that would go
Right.
over in this day and age.
probably not very well.
Not very well. Not well at all.
She didn't even have any power until He-Man brought a special sword to her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So He-Man says, "I have the power." What does she say?
something about the Crystal Castle. I can't remember. It was dumb.
Is that like the power of Grayskull?
I have the prenup.
I'm getting 51% of your things.
I watched a couple episodes right before I left the house, and I found out that she's actually He-Man's twin sister.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so
yeah.
why? I don't know.
I don't get the show. I don't get He-Man to begin with. There's people. They're in space. They wear leotards. They ride tigers.
Well, She-Ra's actually a different dimension than He-Man. Like they had to go through some kind of portal, magic portal, to get to her dimension to
Then
give her
how's
the
his
sword.
twin sister?
She was stolen by the bad guy originally.
Oh,
Are we talking about Power Rangers again? Is this Power
That
Rangers?
might be.
Yeah. She's actually the Pink Ranger. Who's the bad guy in this? Is it
Skeletor?
No,
Yeah.
it's not Skeletor.
Skeletra.
Skeletra?
He's
The
Skeletor with
female.
a bow on his skull.
He has a pink cape.
The bad
sorry,
guy is
she.
like the Horde, is what they're called. But
Yeah.
I forgot
Are
the
they
main
orcs?
guy's.
Oh, okay.
The main guy's bad name. No, there's some woman that's like half woman, half scorpion. There's one that puts on like a necklace and she turns into animals and she fights. And then you have the main bad guy, and then you have some kind of witch that has like this purple cloak where all you can see is her yellow eyes, like in the blackness of the face. Mm-hmm. And so it was He-Man beat all of them.
Of course he did.
She's struggling. He-Man shows up, one shots everybody, and just goes, "All right, cool."
Did he ever like open hand slapped any one of them?
Yes.
No, like he beats all of them, and then the main guy like
He's
captures
beating
him. Pretty much.
Is there an episode where she gives He-Man her money? No? Okay. All right, then we're not talking about the same thing.
Well, like I sent Tom a picture. There's one part where He-Man got captured, like by the main bad guy or whatever.
Probably out of boredom.
Yeah.
He's laying there all strapped down to the table, and she walks in with the sword, just looking at him laying on the table. It's like it's so awkward. It was very
Heavy
bad.
bass
That
line
sounds
started
painful.
playing.
So how many episodes did you watch?
I watched like 3.5 before I had to leave.
Oh.
So I watched almost 2 hours worth.
You were not enthralled. You would not.
No.
This was a legit punishment.
Yes.
Good.
That's what it
Now,
sounds like.
I did
Mission's
give it.
accomplished.
I did give it a 3.5
Okay.
just because it was not as bad as Cats. I would watch it over Cats again.
He got punished for the cats.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you get kicked in like the nuggets with a steel toe boot, and then watch Cats again.
Oh, that was horrible. This was just dumb though. It was
Your new
just
punishment is going to be Cats, but the butthole cut.
Was it the creepy like Scooby Doo animation?
Yeah.
Just the frozen faces with the moving mouths and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
You
yeah.
use like the and like where they run in place and then dart off.
well, they were talking about there was one thing I looked up. They said that they couldn't put too many fight scenes. They had to make them simplistic for the girl, like for She-Ra to fight, because they didn't want any kind of sexist thing where the guy was overpowering her or anything like that. So it had to be little quick fight scenes. And
Did she
stuff.
just nag him to
Forward
death?
thinking.
But I mean,
Shira, what's wrong? Nothing. I'm fine.
I don't believe you. I said I'm fine.
they said that they had to make the skirt was basically plastered to her, like because they couldn't mess up her modesty as she was running around. So
modesty.
at no point does her skirt like move. It's like completely flat to her, no matter if she's falling out of the sky
So
or
no
what.
high kicks. Meanwhile, He-Man is wearing underwear with a
Yeah,
gem.
He's
running
wearing a
around.
Speedo and like 2 leather straps. He's just like, yeah.
It's got baby oil all over.
He's like standing at attention the entire time, looking at you.
Never mind. I'm not going
You
to.
try not to make eye contact.
You're just like looking up at the ceiling. It's just like, yeah, He-Man's so skeleton. Yeah, he's at it again.
I just want to fluff He-Man.
And he's like, what are you looking at? He's just like looking up. Is there a bird? It's like, yeah, a big one. He's behind that cloud.
I guess to
Can you
make
put on pants?
She-Ra feel more special, they made some kind of acknowledgement that her main bad guy was the mentor to Skeletor, which was He-Man's main bad guy. So like he's worse.
He's
than-
badder.
yeah, he's more badder. The bad is whatever. It was a dumb show.
More badder.
It was boring.
Or better.
Well,
And then you had the kind of Skeletor, the main bad guy, had that same nasally like. I'm gonna get you.
why is that a thing for bad guys in those shows back in the 80s? You know,
They all had like that.
yeah,
deal
They
with
had
dastardly.
that Weasley.
big
you know,
mustaches.
I guess that's yeah.
That's very. I guess like they don't want to make them too scary or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want like some like demonic looking figure who has like a creepy voice to go with it.
No,
It's kind of like, oh my god, that guy looks scary. As Hi, I'm the bad guy. I'm gonna take your stuff.
here you have the first shot.
Yes, because I know I heard a curse word.
What I say? I don't even know what I said.
when he paid attention.
Congratulations.
I was just like, why's everybody grabbing guns?
What did I do?
What word am I accused of saying?
You said the S word.
Oh, did I really?
Yes, you did.
Now,
Let me reload just in case.
You've been playing too much Call of Duty. All right, cool. Punishment done. Clean slate until the end of the episode, Mitch.
But I did walk around this weekend and I found a new punishment for whoever I can punish.
Oh yeah.
why'd you look at me when you said it?
Yeah, I said hurt people hurt.
Okay, cool.
That'll be great.
Well, that is our punishment. If you want to contribute, feel free to talk to us on our social mediums, which Mitch is about to plug right now. But before he does, put anyone, if you've seen a horrible movie, TV show, or played a horrible video game, let us know. And hopefully one of us will punish the other guy with it, or you will call your name out or your Twitter handle or whatever, and we'll call you out and say, this guy is getting Tom, finally. For
Yeah, I noticed on the last one there was a lot of just me.
yeah,
Let's punish Tom.
you've only been punished twice.
It's
so.
not my fault. I live a charmed life.
So, by all means, let us know. Okay, go ahead, Mitch. Hit us with what your
That's Macho Man.
your stuff.
All right, we're gonna look at we have the Buzzsprout, on Buzzsprout.com, it's Entertain This. You can look us up on Instagram. Our handle is entertain.this. Twitter, the handle is @this.entertain. We have our Patreon, which is patreon.com/entertain_this. Then we have on Facebook, we have the Facebook, Entertain This Podcast.
Yeah.
And then we have a Facebook page, which is just Entertain This.
You have it memorized by now.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You know, what we could do is just cut like the one perfect time you do that and just replay it every
We could just do like a
time.
solo ad read.
Yeah.
It'd probably be
Do a
easier.
voiceover.
You should just cut to like
Mess
Mitch
up.
like in his bathroom with like a newspaper cover and he just goes, "Oh, hey there.
By the way,
If you want to check out our show."
So
hi.
if you have topics like today, we're reviewing top 10 open world video games.
Yes.
And if you have topics that you'd like us to talk about, by all means, communicate with us, and we will talk about whatever it is you want us to talk about within reason. You know, and unless you pay a lot of money, we'll talk about legitimately whatever you want us to talk about.
Let's talk about Tom's personal life.
Yeah.
To be a short show.
So
Be a snippet.
cool. Now we move on to news and reviews, where we all have picked one movie, TV show, or video game to have played or watched, and we're going to review that, and some news coming out for those perspective mediums as well. So I'll go first. I watched a movie.
What'd you watch?
It was called Good Boy.
Was it about a dog?
It was about a dog.
Was he a
it
good boy?
The sequel?
No. This is a
Good
so
boy.
you know Hulu does its Hulu in the Dark movies or something like that, where they have like a scary movie come out every month. Mm-hmm. Well, they had a movie called Good Boy, and it stars Judy Greer. I don't know if you know who she is.
Why is that name really familiar?
She was in Arrested Development, and
Okay.
she was in
Oh,
thinking
she
something
does
else.
a voice on Archer.
maybe.
No, she does. It's a fact.
Okay.
It's a fact.
That is a
We'll
fact.
take your word for it.
I took like the first two off of her IMDb, and I was like, I'll go with those.
Is that the older woman?
She's in her 40s.
No.
So, but anyways, she this is like her first movie that I know of where she's like the main actress, and it's about her. She's got some sort of like anxiety because she's got a lot of things going on in her life. She wants to have kids. She's not successful in the dating world. She's getting laid off at her job. Blah blah blah. So she gets recommended to get a what are those dogs called?
Service dog.
Service dogs.
Service dog.
Yeah. So she gets one. And
Or emotional support.
emotional support dog. And she goes to the pound and she finds this like goofy looking gizmo dog from, you know, it's got the wispy hair ear thing going on, and it just it trembles like one of those kind of things. So
Constantly afraid.
yeah. So she gets that dog, and her emotional support dog, whenever anything makes her angry, that dog turns into a giant monster and kills them. That's the movie.
Wow.
Okay.
What a plot.
So basically, she's just covering up all these horrible murders for her dog.
Okay.
It's kind of goofy. It's like a dark comedy. You know?
Okay.
And it's not bad. It's on Hulu. You know, you can watch it. And me and the wife watched it, and we laughed at it. I don't know if there were some parts where we were supposed to laugh or not, but we did. And
I think a movie like that, you have to have a comedic element because nobody would take that
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
plot
Yeah.
seriously as a legit horror.
it was corny.
It's kind of like Samurai Cop, you know.
Nah. Samurai Cop tried to take itself serious.
Samurai
But it was
Cop.
so bad, it was
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
That was
I have to
my
watch.
punishment stint.
I think
Okay.
No, you don't want to watch.
No.
I think you got both movies. You had to watch one and two.
I did.
No, you watched
One
one,
and
and
two.
I watched two. I just made you
No,
watch
it's
two.
fine.
Yeah, something like that.
But anyways, Samurai Cop is a dark chapter of our podcast. We're gonna leave in the past. So this movie, it was okay. It was nice and short. It wasn't forever long, and like some of the acting was pretty funny with Judy Greer. She dates a cop who's investigating the murders
Oh
and stuff
my
like
God.
that. So like, you know, like the happenings and whatnot.
Convenient.
The stupid dog. Like she's got a little doggy cam where she gets so attached to the dog she can't leave without it. So the boyfriend convinces her to put a doggy cam so she can leave, and if she ever needs to, she'll just look at her phone and see the dog. So like she like is sleeping over at his house, and she pulls up her phone because she can't stop thinking about the stupid dog. She looks at it, and his little crate is open. She's like, "Where's my dog?" And it goes blah, right up for the camera. It's this stupid
jump scare.
gizmo. He's like, this wispy hair and ears and stuff. My wife actually jumped for that part. I was laughing, but yeah, it was dumb. I mean, it's worth the watch. It's if you have Hulu. I mean, a lot of people are kind of, I think, leaving Hulu. Do you have Hulu?
I still have Hulu. I have Hulu. I have them all. I have kids.
Yeah.
So I got the Disney Plus, Hulu, and Netflix.
See, I got Hulu for free because of my phone plan. But I think that if I had to in the future choose between Hulu and Disney Plus, I might choose Disney Plus though. You know, and HBO Max is becoming a big thing too.
HBO Max. Okay.
So do you have Hulu?
I do not.
You do have Hulu. Well, you have everything.
I've got Hulu. I've got Disney Plus. I've got HBO Max. I kind of have Netflix.
No.
You have somebody else's Netflix.
That's how everybody does.
Somebody else is paying for it.
Yeah, kind of.
I've got 3 or 4 parasites on my Netflix account too. So
And then I got Amazon Prime.
I did, and then I changed the password. And
Yep.
I told my brother, like, give it a shot, buy your own.
You get that one call. Hey, bro.
Yeah, I did. I got a text. My brother's like,
Yes.
hey, what's the new Netflix password? I'm like, you're still watching it?
Like, you're 30 years old, Rob. Jesus.
get a job.
Get your own Netflix account.
God, Robert.
It's $15 a month.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
a lot of money.
afford it.
I mean, the only reason I still have Hulu though is because you can watch live TV.
Yeah.
I like sports, so I still
For
watch
ESPN, yeah.
Yeah, I watch football and all that.
I don't know. I mean, there's some things that like the
And I have
movie was
YouTube,
fun.
too. YouTube is getting ready to
YouTube
step
TV.
into the,
Yeah.
step into the fray.
There's not much I watch on YouTube besides like stupid videos of things that I need for the show.
People
or
who are
whatever.
better at video games playing.
Yeah.
Top 10 lists on movie stuff and
Yep.
A lot of Watch Mojo.
yeah.
Yep. We don't directly rip off of Watch Mojo.
No.
We take a lot of creative license.
We get ideas.
We get a thought, perhaps.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. That was my movie. I give it a 4. I mean, it's fun. I would never watch it again, but I could see why some people would like it.
Would you recommend
Would you recommend it to somebody to watch?
I think if
recommend to
some
a friend?
is it? We have a friend at work that's obsessed with horrible movies, horrible scary movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like people who are into that, like the cheesy, stupid, scary movies, I think they would probably get a kick out of it. I mean, it's not scary. So if your wife or girlfriend or whatever is obsessed with like not making having a horror movie night, and this might be like a good like kind of lead into it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Cool. That movie is done. Let's talk about some movie news. Did you know that they're making a Princess Diana movie?
Really?
Yes.
Now,
I heard about that.
Don't spoil it, Mitch. McGee spoilers.
Who's going to be the lead?
Who do you think they're gonna cast? Who would you cast for Princess Diana?
Not this person.
I have no idea.
Just take a shot in the dark.
I don't want to.
Come on.
I guarantee you'll be wrong.
Schnikes, I don't know.
Just put a name out there.
Anybody, any tall, like blonde haired,
Yeah, she was.
I don't know.
I can't. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Emma Watson.
All right, that would be good. You know why? Because she's actually a British actress. How about not Kristen Stewart?
She's gonna play Princess Di. She's not old enough to be Di.
Can someone please explain to me
not tall enough, blonde
how
enough.
she keeps
British
getting work?
enough.
I don't know.
The many emotional.
What's the last movie she
ranges.
just did?
She did that underwater movie.
Underwater?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Did you see
And then
that?
she did like
Yes,
the
I
Snow
saw that
White
movie.
movies.
That movie was terrible.
See, I like The Abyss and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted
They
to see
couldn't
it.
find somebody who
Yeah.
has like the emotional range of something greater than a blow up doll.
Nah.
Yeah, I watched half that underwater movie and I was like,
She has short hair now. I think
So bad.
I think they made her cut her hair so she would stop playing with it whenever she's acting. She's always like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or then she's just sitting like this.
There's like an SNL skit about that too. It's hilarious.
You know what? if this is the length we're gonna go to cast somebody's Princess Diana, it's like forget Kristen Stewart, Aubrey Plaza. We're gonna make this weird.
I wonder
Get
what
out there.
I wonder what England's thinking about America. Like this.
So this is an American
Take-
movie about
take-
Princess Diana.
I guess. I mean, I
No,
assume
we
in
are.
some
I
capacity.
think we are.
Who's playing the guy that runs
We're
her
like
off the road in
We're
France?
moving into the royalty. We're taking over their princes. We're taking over their princesses now.
So who's gonna play the queen? Who's gonna play?
I don't know. This is
Prince
all
Charles
the
is
news that
gonna
I got
play
so
the
far.
kids.
This is all they've announced so far.
Why would they make this a movie?
I think if you lead out by saying, "Hey, we're making a Princess Diana movie
Everybody's just gonna go, oh,
starring Kristen Stewart,"
sad.
Oh, okay.
It's blasphemy.
I guess
It's
I'll
like at
see
first
that.
I was sad. Now I'm perplexed. And this is an American film.
I guess. I don't know. I have no idea.
It has to be.
That's why she's in it. 'Cause it's
Like,
American
what
film.
English, production would be like, we're going to make a Princess Di movie. Everybody's like, okay, it's going to be a drama. It's going to be sad. It's going to be serious. It's behind the scenes of the royal family.
Like,
at the
who's the
time.
lead?
So who's going to play Princess Diana? Kristen Stewart. You drunk?
No, sir.
It's a comedy.
No, sir.
I like it.
Please get out of my office.
You're sacked. Clean out your desk. It's just going to be like that meme where like the guys are sitting there at like the office and like the last cutaways, the dude getting thrown out of the office window. But it didn't happen.
Somehow this is coronavirus' fault. I just know it is.
It's gotta be. She was the only option.
Slim pickings out there, I guess.
She was the only one willing to work.
So there's that, and then I also heard that they are going to delay Tenet.
Yeah,
Like it's
but
released.
not by a lot, right?
No, but I mean, I think it's funny that Christopher Nolan was like adamant that the people will amass and come together,
There was so
defeat
much
Corona hand in
emphasis.
hand to go see this amazing movie in theaters. I will not budge. And
I have budged.
He budged, but it's like 15 days.
There was
It
so
wasn't
much
that-
emphasis on your face when you said adamant. Your eyes went crossed. Like, I am adamant.
Well, I'm also thinking maybe it wasn't his choice. I'm
I
thinking
don't
maybe
think
they
so
kind of
either.
forced him into.
Yeah.
What's the budget of that movie?
You said it was what 200 and some odd.
If
200?
I remember correctly, I want to say it was like $240 million.
Yeah,
for the movie, so.
they are not playing games with that.
No, I bet.
They need to make that money back.
They crashed a 747 just to like a real one because they
Because it
figured
was cheaper than
do
doing it
this-
digitally.
It was cheaper than making. Let's crash a real one, guys.
Let's just crash a real airplane. The
Let's
hell with it.
save.
You know, somehow he convinced them that was true. Like Christopher Nolan
Yeah.
walked in there and he was like, "All right, we're gonna
I don't
crash a
think anyone did
real
the math on that
airplane."
one.
You know, somewhere in the studio, they're just
No
like,
one
all
did
right,
the
we're doing
math
a
on that
remake of
one.
Battle of Britain, and instead of CGI, we're just going to build all the planes and shoot at each other.
But
Just get some real cheap actors and just put them out there.
This is your first and only role. You want to be in another movie? Survive.
but you live on forever in the legacy of film. I don't know. We'll see. I still think the movie's gonna be amazing. It looks
Yeah, I
really
think it is.
good.
Christopher Nolan, he's a. At this
It's gonna
point,
be good.
He's
Yeah.
a goat. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a crazy casting. I like the new guy that they brought in, John Washington. What's his name?
John or James Washington.
James Washington.
I can't remember.
He was an NFL player at some point.
Oh, okay.
But we talked about it last
I
episode.
think it was John Washington, but
And then they got Robert Pattinson, Michael Caine, a bunch of other people. So the only reason why I want to keep bringing back to this is we are going to see it one day and we are going to review it, and it's going to hopefully be a big deal. I think we'll do a special episode on that too. So we're announcing it. There you go. Congratulations, guys.
look, you find out when we do.
Yeah. So cool. Movie news and reviews done.
We need a gavel.
Yeah. Tom,
Hayden.
go for it.
Okay. So this week I had video games, and for the review, Sea of Thieves,
Nice.
which I know you've played. I don't
have.
think you have.
Yeah,
you
I played a lot.
You played a lot of
I
it?
have not played that
You have
one.
not played it. So it's a open world pirate game. It's kind of cartoony, but it's got a pretty decent open world.
It's about as exciting as I think being an actual pirate would be.
There's a lot of sailing,
Just not
a lot of
doing
getting
anything.
drunk on the boat.
It's gotten better since it first came out.
It has. They've really kind of upped it from what I've seen and what I've played. It came out in 2018, so it's already been out 2 years. Developed by Rare.
Yeah.
It's out on Xbox and Microsoft. It's a game you don't really want to just play by yourself.
Okay.
You need
That's
you
gonna be
need
my
the full
question.
complement.
You need a
Yeah.
whole.
It's
know,
a 4-person crew.
Is it? I thought like you could have more people in that.
No, you can only get up to 4.
Yeah, 4 on one
Okay.
boat.
It's not much of a crew.
Well,
But,
it takes all 4 to run some of the boats too.
Yeah,
on the
because you
boats?
got guys like adjusting sails, somebody steering, patching up holes, loading and firing cannons at other
Yeah.
other ships.
So, but like you can run into other crews. And
Oh, yeah.
While
take
you're
their
doing,
boat.
yeah,
Yeah.
you be doing a quest or get attacked by the Kraken all of
Yeah.
a sudden.
Or the Megalodon.
The Megalodon, that's a new thing.
I've seen the Kraken. I haven't seen the Megalodon.
Yeah.
The Kraken, I think, is scarier.
Yeah.
But
You get these big tentacles
The,
that just pop up
Some
everywhere.
Cthulhu
the biggest
stuff.
thing is like when you play it with a group of friends, it's like how long can you go without talking like a pirate? That is the hardest part of the game. Because
Arr, mateys, I gotta go to bed. My mom
Our
tells me."
captain, I see them on the horizon.
Starboard.
Fire me out of the cannon, captain.
My mom says I have to go night night. It's time for me to log off.
Arr, load the captain. Load the captain into the cannon. We fire him onto the ship.
I found out the hard way. You got to store black powder very carefully.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's combustive.
We were storing it in the crow's nest, and
Here it is, everybody. You put it painted red and everything.
well, we were trying to keep it away from the main part of the ship. It doesn't help when you jump up on the ledge and kind of like in Warzone the other night, you jumped up and you fell right off the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell down, hit the deck, and just blew.
With the black powder?
Because I was holding a barrel with me.
So you
I fell from the crow's nest, hit the deck, it blew up, and then it blew up the mast. So then the rest of the black powder fell down, hit the boat, and just sunk the boat right there.
There's like a lot of clips I see. Like some dude, like we get like the crates for chickens, like a quest, and he just kept restarting it, so he kept getting more crates. Filled up the entire ship, the biggest one he could get, and then they blew up the ship. And all you just saw was a ship made out of these stupid crates floating in the ocean, and they're all just standing on, just like, where'd the ship go?
Yeah, somebody's just watching this, being like, "What the hell?
What are they doing?" Or,
Yeah, they've been there.
there's a chest that cries water.
Yeah,
Like it'll fill up your boat and sink it.
really?
So guys will take it, swim through the ocean, try to sneak on other people's ships,
Put it on
and
a ship.
sink their ships. And they'll just be like up in the
Jesus.
crow's nest, but like it won't fall from the crow's nest onto the deck. It'll go below deck and fill it from the bottom. So guys are just running around in their ship trying to find out where holes are, and this guy's just sitting up there just giggling like an idiot.
It's fun. You can. There's like a lot of antics and stuff you can.
There's
do.
a lot of it.
but it's also lots of watching water.
Yeah.
Well, they did change it now to where actually you can like fish and stuff while you're going along on the boat. So
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff you can do now.
they got challenges. You got to try and catch all the different types of fish. And
There's a
stuff
lot
like
of
that.
customization too
Yeah.
for ships, for sails, for your characters. So it's actually pretty decent.
But it's all vanity though, right?
It's a lot.
There's not like this sort of wonders or anything.
Nothing
crazy.
adds.
I mean, you're not going to get like a first-rate ship of the line with like 3 freaking decks
No.
and 100 plus guns. That would just be obscene.
It's fun. I'd play.
Funniest thing
you
I
know.
saw, like you can have like a cat like on your ship, and it's like the captain's cat. And I watched one video, like one of the guys like stole it and put it in the cannon, and the guy's like, "Where's my cat?" And he fired it. And he was like, "Wow!" And just watched it go sailing into the ocean.
Does the cat die?
No, the cat respawns.
Oh my god!
So they just kept hiding this dude's cat and firing it out of cannons, and they were firing at other people, or they fire themselves like out like onto like an island.
So you can fit a cat and a person in a cannon.
You can fire yourself out of a cannon.
Can you fire a person holding a cat?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So like what I watched, like they're getting attacked or whatever, and the guy's like, "Oh, they're on." It was like, "We'll flank him." He's like, "Fire me out of the cannon!" And he shoots him out of the cannon. He's like, "Holy crap! I've gone right over it." He's like, "I've landed and I broke my legs."
Wow. All right. Cool.
You do get some of those like classic movie moments though. Like there was me and a couple of friends were playing, and we were like boring straight like perpendicular to this other ship. Well, one of my friends he dropped the anchor right at the last second. It swung the ship sideways. We just fired all the cannons right into the side of this other ship. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, I like that.
It's fun with a full crew.
That's pretty.
There's a
fun.
lot of nautical nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something you wish.
Then play Sea of Thieves.
yeah.
All right. I mean, would you rate it?
I'd rate it like a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I guarantee it'd be very entertaining with all of us playing.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. Hey, if the viewers request,
You want to watch us
It'll
play Sea of
happen.
Thieves and talk like pirates and give each other business and get into some nautical shenanigans.
if you request it, we will come. So
Basically, we're just going to drink grog on the ship, get blackout drunk, and start
drink.
throwing up everywhere.
probably drink grog in real life.
Well, I go, all right, Captain, maybe a 6th cup will sort me out.
All right. What news have you for us?
I have news for 2
Okay.
games.
For two.
So I'll start with Lord of the Rings.
Eh.
Or, well, it's a Lord of the Rings MMORPG being developed by Amazon. I know, I'm smacking the table. I don't know why.
I see him smacking you, just giving him the eye.
it's an
Because he knows I'm editing. That's why.
yeah.
Yeah.
Edit that.
You know what? We're gonna add a new rule to swag his shut around.
We're just have to like wear oven mitts. It's being developed by Amazon. It's free to play. Amazon's not spearheading the development.
Yeah.
They're part of it. It's being done through Athlon Games,
Okay.
who do Warframe.
Okay.
One of the weird things is it's free to play, which I'm kind of worried about because are they going to make it loot crate
Probably.
and
Yeah.
pay to get cool stuff?
Probably. Isn't that what Warframe is?
Is it? I haven't played Warframe.
You can buy stuff, and it's pretty much that way. You
Yeah.
can buy the better stuff, and
They
you can
haven't-
find everything, but it's a lot of grinding to get anything close to what you can buy.
from what I've seen, they haven't said that there's going to be like any loot crates, gambling.
Is this an
spin the wheels.
MMO or is it just it's an MMO?
Mm-hmm.
This is not the first Lord of the Rings MMO.
No.
So
It's supposed to be like one of the biggest ones to come out. It's going to be on PC and console. It's not taking place during the events of Lord of the Rings.
okay.
So it's going to take place before that. And I was watching a video, and the guy's like, from what it says, like you'll see never before seen characters and creatures
Never
from
before.
Tolkien's like legendarium. And
Did
like
they
I was
dig
like,
up Tolkien
and I just went
Make some
last in Silmarillion.
yeah, laughs in Silmarillion.
But apparently it's supposed to be huge open world.
Huge.
It's tremendous. It's amazing. It's out of control.
We'll see. There
hasn't been a big open world Lord of the Rings game in a while since Lord of the Rings Online.
No,
that's been a long time.
The Shadows of Mordor was that open
Shadows
world?
of Mordor. I think so.
It's open world. But I think it's more story based.
Is it all open world games?
I mean, I think there's a certain open world aspect, but it's not like the whole premise of the entire thing.
Yeah, I think there's these closing spaces, but there's the illusion that you can go everywhere. And you really
You
can't.
played
Like
it?
you can go to a town or a village and explore on your own, but you're still having to do quests.
I played the first one. I didn't play the
I
second
haven't
one.
played either of them
I haven't played
because
'em.
they were not canon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's a purist.
I am a
is.
purist. I really am. No release date yet, but seems like they're going to try to release it around the same time as the show for
Okay.
Amazon, which
So
would
at the
be
end of
around-
next year.
which would be 2021,
All right.
as far as we know.
Okay. We'll see what happens.
But kind of excited about it. Be cool. Hopefully, it's about times in the Silmarillion.
Yeah, and they
The
don't.
first age, the second age, where it's not all about Sauron.
If there's
and the
loot crates and
freaking
crap
ring.
like that, I'm not playing it.
Yeah, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
So.
I'm hoping it's sort of like the Elder Scrolls Online,
Oh yeah.
but better.
I'm not a big fan of that one either.
I'm not a big fan of Elder Scrolls Online.
I'm sorry. What?
The Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh,
The Elder Scrolls.
There was almost
Skyrim.
fighting words.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me preface.
One of the
Elder
greatest
Scrolls
games
Online.
ever.
Now, you'll
Sir.
see my list. Okay.
Okay.
You'll see
I'll
my
have
list.
it, you know.
I'll have you know, sir.
And the second game,
Yeah.
Star Wars Squadrons, which will be coming out in October.
Hmm.
It's not a remake of Rogue Squadron. Like
But
a
it
lot of
might as
people.
well be.
Yeah, it might as well be. Which, I mean, we'd probably all be kind of happy about anyway.
Oh yeah, I love Rogue Squadron.
But-
I've never played Rogue Squadron.
From what I've seen, there is a story mode. It's supposed to take place right after the Battle of Yavin. Or the Battle of Endor. So,
Okay.
Which I think is sort of the same premise.
Can
as
an
Battlefront
Ewok
2.
fly a TIE fighter?
No.
I just want to fly the TIE Fighter.
I'm sorry, your dreams are ruined. So there are squadrons. There's a lot of upgrades that'll be available for laser cannons, missiles, aesthetics for your ship, boosts, propulsion, your hull damage that you can take. So there's supposed to be a lot of customization.
Right.
EA already said it's not going to be loot crate based or pay to play. All of it's going to have to be you have to earn it on
Look
your
at
own
them
while playing
learning.
the game.
They're learning, everybody.
It's almost like they listened.
They listen.
So the online multiplayer is 5v5, which
Sounds kinda lame.
And it's only first person.
It's gonna be a taste, like a certain kind of taste for a game. You have to have acquired that taste.
Yeah, it's going to be PCs and consoles, but they said for PCs, people who do flight simulators and have the joysticks and throttle controls, you can use that and VR with this game.
Okay.
So to me, it kind of seems like it's going to take a page out of the Ace Combat as far as like the online versus
I think
stuff.
so.
Yeah.
But
Ace
there's-
Combat, man. What?
It's a
You
long
haven't
time.
had a. I know there's a recent one that
Yeah,
came out.
I'm playing it right now.
Is it good?
Yeah, it is really good.
All right, I used to love that
It's
game.
Skies Untold. I don't know if it's 7 or 8.
I think it was 7.
I think it might be 7. I know we reviewed it on the show.
The one that you're playing right now?
Yeah.
I think it's 8.
I think it is 8. 8 sounds right.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's
Last one I played was 4, but
Yeah.
8's awesome. But anyway, back to Star Wars. They're going to have, traditional dogfight multiplayer, plus a battle simulator. Like you have to destroy capital ships while
Right.
playing, and probably a crap ton of AI fighters involved.
So it's gonna be like space combat and like planetary stuff.
No, I believe that's all flying.
Just
Well, no, he's talking about like they're going to have
so.
battles out in space and some battles on the planet
All
as they're flying.
because there hasn't been any gameplay leaked, but apparently it said gameplay is going to start being leaked today.
okay. Well,
I haven't seen any yet while I was driving over here, but
then maybe by the time this episode posts,
there'll be something more.
there might be a
substantial.
video of this game.
There might be some video you can watch. So I'll have to check Twitch later to see if anybody's streaming it or
Cool.
on YouTube. But it looks pretty cool. It's coming out October of
Cool.
this year.
All right. Well, there you go. Video games done. Mitch.
We got TV shows.
Let's hear it.
Space Force.
Yeah. Did you watch the show yet?
No, I haven't, but
You've heard about it though, haven't
yeah,
you?
before the show we talked about it. It sounds hilarious.
It is.
I
hilarious.
know you've seen.
Oh,
have
yeah.
you seen any of it?
I haven't watched any of it. I heard it wasn't that good.
No, I loved it.
It's pretty funny.
I think it did pretty well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure
Some
they'll come
reviews
back.
I saw, like as soon as it came out, was like, "Oh, it kind of falls short. It's not as funny." And I was like, "Okay."
Go ahead, Mitch.
I think it's good. I was kind of worried that they would just kind of crap on the military and all that. That's what I was afraid of. But they do really good. The military part they respect. You know, they're good about that. But then they just make fun of the entire time. They make fun of everything that you could imagine for a space force. The Steve Carell and John Malkovich.
John Malkovich is hilarious.
Yeah.
John Malkovich is in this.
Yeah.
He's so angry the whole time.
That's awesome.
Steve Carell is this 4-star general that he was in the Air Force, gets promoted to a 4-star general, becomes the Space Force general. So he's over all of it. Well, John Malkovich is his lead scientist.
One of the funniest
that's
things in the show is like the meeting of all the section commanders. So they have like the Marine guy, the 4-star. They have the Army guy, and the Air Force, the Navy, the Space Force guy, and then the Coast Guard guy. They just crap on the whole time. Every time he talks, they're just like, "Shut up."
So even in like the future, Coast Guard is below Space Force.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
they
funny.
go into
That's rough.
They go into the meeting and they're like, "Oh well, at least the Coast Guard guys. At least I'm not the low guy anymore." And they go, "No, you're still the low guy."
He's still up.
No, you stay at the bottom where you belong.
All right.
And for people who are listening who are in the Coast Guard,
Yeah, we're
Sorry.
No.
Well, you suck. And I can say that. I'm in the Army, Marines. You suck. So, there you go.
you suck and you know it.
But I mean, it does. He does a really good job of I guess portraying this, trying to be this general, but he's so incompetent when it comes to knowing anything about science.
He's very passionate about his job.
Yeah,
know.
they'll come up with an idea, and he's like, "All right, do it." And they're like, "Well, you got to think about this and do it."
He's got integrity. Okay.
Yeah.
So he thinks that anything that wears the American flag, if it tries hard enough, including a chimpanzee stuck in a satellite in outer space, if it tries hard enough, he can convince it to save that satellite by wiring stuff together, doing like astrophysics engineering, because it's wearing an American flag, essentially. That is an American citizen. When that monkey gets propelled towards the sun, he's willing to spend $30 million to go rescue it because that's America's monkey.
I'm just picturing like a monkey in a spacesuit, just like pressing buttons, go.
Well, the monkey had a friend at one point.
Keyword had.
What happened to the friend?
I don't want to spoil everything.
Yeah.
But it's a great show.
The monkey friend didn't make it.
It's a great show. It's really funny. It's really quirky. Some of the goofiest lines you'll never thought you would have heard somebody say.
Yeah.
So what in the Space Force? What are like the Space Force rank and file like people called?
Spacemen.
They are spacemen.
Yeah,
Yep.
just spacemen. Yeah.
He keeps saying that. Every time he says that, everybody's just like,
I saw an article like there's a petition going around that all the Space Force people like they're out,
yeah.
on duty, like their battle uniforms and stuff should be clone armor.
Clone armor. There's one episode where like the FLOTUS, which is First Lady of the United States,
Right.
she tries to like design their uniforms.
Oh my God.
And it's like these colonial Revolutionary War looking things.
It was,
But they have
they look
all
like they were
these
from the Hunger
lines-
Games.
all these lines like just like highlight to a specific spot on a person's body. It's like, why are they all going towards my dick?
You see one of the guys turn around, he's got Space Force across his butt.
Yeah. Like juicy or something. So,
I might have to watch this show.
it was funny.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. They,
What would you rate the show if you had to?
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Awesome.
Just because
Okay.
I would watch it again.
That's a pretty
I
good
mean,
rating.
I watched the whole thing all the way through, and I started watching it again just so I could,
Yeah.
it was funny.
Cool.
It was
What news have you for us?
News?
You know if it's been renewed for a second season?
What's that?
You know if it's been renewed for a second season?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it yet, but
Nah.
I would imagine it probably will get
No.
one.
I mean,
It's over.
Netflix usually waits till the end of the year before they talk about that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I mean, they leave it
Well,
open to where there
The
can
Witcher
be.
was immediately announced.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they got a ton of feedback for that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I mean, they leave the ending to where it could lead up to something else,
Something else?
but they don't, they hadn't
It's up in the air.
confirmed anything yet.
Okay.
Aliens.
That's season 3.
Season 2. Aliens.
But for news, if you've watched Netflix, there's the Order, which it's about. It's my kind of thing where it's about werewolves and these like there's this guy, he's basically in college and he's part of the trying to get into this like the Blue Rose is whatever it's called is the magic order that's kind of secretive in the college. Well, then he's also finds out he's a werewolf, and their season 2 is starting. I think it started today. It's a pretty good show. I'd like to see more of it.
You're a werewolf, Harry.
How does he find out he's a werewolf?
They
He looked at himself in the mirror. He's just like,
well, the way this works is like they basically they have like a pelt, like 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 you would have like a bearskin robe or whatever. There's a werewolf pelt, and it basically attaches itself to you, and you become the werewolf.
what?
So each werewolf has like this legendary name or whatever, and just attached to them. But
His is like Steve.
well, no, I mean it's pretty interesting show when you watch it. It's hard to kind of explain because it's different for as far as like this kind of supernatural stuff goes.
We're just making the furry community weirder and weirder.
We really are. Does your grandpa have like an old tiger rug or something in his living room? Put it on. You might be a tiger.
You know what's weird? There's a Resident Evil's kind of with their new release, Resident Evil 8. It's I think it's gonna have werewolves in it.
What?
Oh yeah,
What?
For Resident
seen the
Evil?
trailer?
Like zombie werewolves?
That's what it looks like.
Why not?
Like
Let's
one
go
or
there.
something. I think it takes place in like the mountain region, like a snowy mountain region, and there's like a shot of like a guy who looks like a werewolf in the trailer. I was like, okay, I like this. This is because I mean
When they're trying something different.
And like
we've done the zombies,
Yeah.
for
Resident
I
Evil's
don't know,
some
count
with zombies. I already know.
exactly.
Do it. Not in the face.
yeah, the face.
There you go.
God.
No, but I figured I'd throw that in there with I was surprised
Yeah.
that they would go that route.
I know you're a big fan of Resident Evil.
Yeah, I'm
so
a huge fan.
We'll see if they can survive this because you didn't like the last one.
They upset me bad.
Yeah.
They do have a TV show that's supposed to be coming out. Well, it was
Yeah, I heard
scheduled for
about
next
that.
year, but who knows now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be more horror based than what the movies
games
and stuff
yeah.
were.
Yeah. It's weird, and the games are better than the movie. It's been as a Resident Evil fan, there's been like a tumultuous. Back and forth.
Resident Evil 6 was like what sunk the ship for me. I hated that game.
Out of like all like the zombie
Resident
like
6 was
continuums,
bad.
I'd be done.
Resident Evil 3 remake was just bad. That should have been DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
For TV news, though, we also have they're coming out with they're trying to come out with a show for Lobo from DC.
Really?
He's the
The
space
biker guy?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the space bounty hunter. Yeah.
They're going to get some wrestler to play that character. I already know they are.
No.
John Cena.
Yeah. Again,
No, he's already in Suicide Squad.
look at The
He's already-
Undertaker and he'll just bring his old corpse and string him up.
Wheel
Like,
him up.
It's time for you to be this weird character now.
But I mean, he could have his own show where he's just hunting down different space aliens and stuff like that. Who knows? I love your enthusiasm.
I'm not enthused about this.
No. I don't know. Maybe they can make it amazing.
If you'd seen the show Krypton, they had the second season was really good. The first season was kind of boring, but then because of the first season's low ratings, they canceled it because they'd already made the second season, but they canceled it because of the low ratings of the first season. But the second season kind of introduced where Doomsday came from,
Yeah.
and they had Lobo, he was there, and he fought like the first incarnation of Doomsday, trying to fight him off and Brainiac and all that. But
Is Lobo a Krypton?
no, he was just found on another planet they visited.
It's just some weird dude in space.
Yeah, pretty much.
Isn't he like as powerful
like
as
some
Superman?
biker or
Yeah.
something.
He tries to take Superman's place in the Justice League when Superman
Yeah,
dies.
in one of the cartoons, he tries to take
He
his
like
place.
auditions for it. It's not good.
I mean, he's almost like as far as character, like personality, he's kind of like Wolverine, where like he'll
like
do what he has to.
Sons of Anarchy and
Yeah.
Justice League crossover.
Like he just walks in like smoking a cigar, smacks Wonder Woman on the butt.
I'm not too familiar with like the Superman. I don't like superheroes like that. They're overpowered. I don't like that. Wonder Woman. I don't like none of them. But Lobo, I think I did like.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't really see a whole lot of news other than just these little snippets here and there. But
Cool. Well, I mean, I don't know. DC TV, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty much the worst TV that's out there right now.
well, it's because right now all of it is through the CW, and Arrow was the only good one that they had,
Okay.
and now they're just kind of I don't like him either.
Didn't the girl that played Batgirl, Batwoman, didn't she get fired or something?
No, she quit.
She got tired of all the hate.
Even worse.
And instead of replacing her character with another actor, they're just going to pretend like that character left, and then they're just going to introduce this brand new character that's going to become Batwoman. That's not part of the comics at all.
Yeah, it seems like they're running out of material.
Making it up as we go.
Yeah.
I don't know why they made that show to begin with.
They should do a live action She-Ra show. That's what
They should.
do, yeah.
That's the next show. With John Cena.
John Cena playing She-Ra.
Yeah, All right, look, in like the mid 2000s, we could have got The Rock to do it.
That's true.
I mean, he did like the stupid Tooth Fairy movie.
That's right.
He was back then. He was doing things like that.
All right, cool. News and reviews done. Let's knock out this top 10 list. Before we talk about the list, let's go ahead and explain. Each week we get a top 10 list decided from, like last week we did composers, right? And we pick out like 15 people or video games for this week, and we choose our personal top 10, and then the guy who runs the list, like Mitch is this week, he composites them and figures out conglomerately what would be the top 10. So yours is included into the score.
Okay.
Yeah, so this week's top 10 will be a combined of all four of us think. And we'll start with number 10, which ended up being Far Cry 5.
What are the 5 that
Really?
didn't make it?
Just rattle them off.
I don't remember.
Jeez. Well,
All right.
if you don't hear
At
it,
number 10, Far Cry 5.
Let's see. Hold on. We got this.
You can do it. You can do it.
hey, look.
I just got to find.
You want to buy this? Look at that.
Entertain this. I want like a Joe Pesci one where he's yelling, "Go entertain yourself,"
Go entertain yourself. How come I don't have a entertain this phone stopper thing?
because that's the only one.
It's the only one. Yeah, it's the only one in existence at the moment.
Well, give me those internet clicks. Give me them internet money so I can buy one of them things.
How much does one of those cost?
It's like $12.
Yeah, I think it was $12.
Oh, that's not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see. Some of the ones that didn't make it were Dragon Age Inquisition,
That's fair.
Batman Arkham Knight,
That's fair.
Okay.
No, that's not fair. That should definitely be on the list.
Saints Row 4,
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Borderlands 2,
That's fair.
that's fair.
Metal Gear Phantom Pain.
Oh, I love that game.
I'm on the line with that one.
Close.
Yeah,
I love that game.
those are the ones that didn't make it.
It's a weird game, but it's so fun. I love that you can like just shoot people with a balloon gun and they just take off to orbit.
Yank up into the sky.
You don't know where they go. They just disappear.
Gone forever.
Yeah, screaming the whole way up there.
But we'll get on to the actual list, which will start with number 10, which was Far Cry 5.
Yeah,
That was a good
I've
one.
never played it.
I have.
you would like it.
played
It's
it.
about a bunch of dumb rednecks in the woods just shooting
Who
stuff.
start like a cult?
Yeah, start a cult. You want to kill grizzly bear? They're out there. There's like a million of them.
And I would like this. Why?
Because you
You want to get drugged and like they do like that whole kind of Black Ops thing.
you want to shoot a badger
Like
with
they,
a 50 cal. See
like
what
the
happens.
mental aspect where like you smell like the stupid.
That's what that game reminds me of.
Yeah. Instead of somebody grabbing you,
Wildlands.
go, the numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Yeah.
It's like this like poppy powder or some crap that'll get like ejected where you're at, and it's like dream sequence, and it's like great. Now I got to sit through this for 5 minutes.
Well, so you play a new deputy for this like ragtag group of law enforcement in the middle of nowhere, and it's apparently it's in like Utah, this like basin meteor area where like no outside people can get into, kind of thing.
There's like one way in or something.
Right.
It's in a valley.
And so it's very conveniently built that way, which also happens to have this cult, which is like hell bent on taking over the world, and they basically just decimate all law and order in that area, and you're the last guy.
All 3 cops
Yeah.
in that town.
By the time you finish this game, first off, you kill a lot of people.
A lot.
Like I think the population of Utah is probably like 16. You could kill at least 16 million people or something like that.
They just keep showing up.
Yeah, you kill so many people, and like this is the biggest cult ever to exist, and you kill them all. Just no remorse. No, there is no law or an order.
No, you can do what you want.
This guy just did whatever, and you kill people with the weirdest stuff. You like crossbows, 50 cals. You want to run them over with a helicopter, all sorts of things.
It's like Warzone,
It is like Warzone. Yeah,
Okay, look at that.
but with rednecks.
that's true. Yeah,
What are you talking about?
You can
cults.
you can tame a badger to kill people for you. That's a thing.
Okay.
So, honey
That's the
badger.
pinnacle of civilization.
That's it.
I have tamed a badger.
Dude, that badger is BA. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it a honey badger or is it just a
It's a honey
regular
badger.
badger?
When you hear that thing coming for you, though, it's scary.
Grown men are defecating on themselves. It's the psycho badger.
All right, what you got for number 9?
Good game.
Number 9 is Spider-Man for PS4.
Oh, that should be up higher on the list.
Yeah, me and Booker. I mean, Brant.
The game's amazing.
Me and Brian are the only ones that.
Well,
game's amazing.
I don't have a PlayStation, so I did not play it, unfortunately. But
Oh my
but
God.
the
bought a
Miles
PlayStation 2
the Miles
for it.
Morales one, like it's got me this close to wanting to buy a PlayStation just for that. Is it a new game or is it going to be DLC
gonna
for
be-
Spider game?
I don't know if
The
it'll
PS5.
be.
I think.
I don't know if it'll be like just him, or if it'll be like him and Peter Parker, like a game of both of them. I don't know.
Well, if they're smart, they will incorporate, obviously things that were good from 4,
Right.
Well,
which was Peter Parker, his story.
Well, in 4 you had the Miles Morales story where
Right.
I didn't get far enough into it, but I know you play
he
as him
comes in toward the end.
like sneaking around and stuff. But I didn't know if
Yeah.
you actually play him as Spider-Man.
Oh really?
No.
There's like costume skins and stuff like that you
Oh
can
yeah,
wear.
there's tons of them.
Can you have the Miles Morales costume at some point? No. All right.
No, but I mean they have all sorts of different ones from the different incarnations, from cartoons to movies, TV shows, all these different versions. And each one will add like a little something different to your character too.
Yeah.
Like there's one that makes
Different
you like swing faster and stuff like that. It's pretty
So
cool.
does Miles Morales, does he incorporate anything different? Because he's got the
yes.
he's
Oh,
got
yeah.
the
Yeah,
invisibility thing, right?
Yeah.
So
he's and I love just based on the source material, he is his own superhero.
right.
Yeah.
His only I guess way to Spider-Man is that Spider-Man kind of mentored him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
And pass the torch.
That's it,
so
man.
to speak.
He's also got
his
his
own
Venom
powers.
blast. Yeah.
I mean, like the movie, when I saw that coming out, I was just like, it's a weird looking movie. I didn't. the art was strange. Then I watched it and I was like, this is one of the
amazing.
coolest movies I've seen.
I like the story. I didn't like the artwork just because I don't know. It was kind of blocky at some parts, and I didn't.
Well, you know what they did? So I actually watched a documentary on why they did it for the stagnant stuff. And for Miles Morales' universe, it was filmed at like 20 frames a second. But Peter Parker is at 24, the full frames per second. He looks a lot smoother and crisp.
Yeah, I heard about this.
And so even in his universe, they somehow made him go 24 frames per second full frame use, whereas Miles Morales' universe around him. So that shows like the different dimensions converging for the end of the Spider-Verse stuff.
That's
It's
interesting.
fascinating how they could do
I
all
just
that.
like the
then with Miles-
Kingpin's neck.
Oh yeah,
Is up here, but the top of his head is down here.
Like I know, like I think
know
for the
that.
movie, Miles Morales ended up like moving faster as the movie went on, like to where he almost caught up.
Oh,
Because
the
of
frame,
his speed,
frame
yeah.
rate. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an interesting way to do that too. Yeah, it's a beautiful story. I like that
a really good
story a lot. So I'd be interested to see how they do it for a video game.
But I mean, the Spider-Man game, it was for the graphics. I mean, it was so crisp and clear, and I mean, you have the whole of New York that you can travel around.
I remember like the old versions, like PlayStation 2 Spider-Man games
Yeah.
with like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was fun, the exploration and stuff like that. And then they came out with like a Spider-Man 3 or whatever. It was basically the same thing, and I was
Yeah.
kind of burnt
Yeah.
out. So is that kind of how it feels for Spider-Man to do stuff?
This one's a lot different. Like you have your main story, but then you also have like some other villains and stuff that you can encounter.
Yeah.
That are like basically like side quests, but they're still some of the main villains. They're just not part of the main story for this.
Is there
game.
like upgrades or?
And I think and I was going to say this for another game that's going to be mentioned on the list, but I think to me, and this I'm definitely oversimplifying this, but I think what makes an open world game so good is it being able to allow the player to go in the world without, or give them the feeling that they can go anywhere in the world without any restrictions.
Okay.
Their ability to make decisions and actions that impact the game, the gameplay, and then a story that's compelling enough to where they want to, come back for a sequel, or they want to continue the story. I think Spider-Man has all this in spades.
So story is the big
Story is
part.
amazing.
I mean, even the side quests, they were so good that you wanted to go and do the side quest. And
Right.
I got sidetracked on those
Yeah.
from finishing the main story just because the side quests were, they had
so
story
good.
to them.
While
too.
we're on the topic of what makes an open world game better than other ones, like I agree. I think story is paramount. But what about other open world games? Like, how do they seamlessly translate story into an idea where like you don't feel like you're accepting a quest? You feel like you just
your best.
It's on you.
you just showed up and you before you even know it, for some reason you're hunting down and killing some guy. You know, you don't realize it's in your quest log or something like that. What's a game like what's an example of that from any games that we can say this is why this open world kind of story is better than the other ones? You know, like World of Warcraft, my opinion, is a bad version of that. You literally have to walk up to a guy, don't give crap about the story, hit the accept button, and then go kill 24 warthogs, and then you get your 5,000 XP.
I think one way you see this, and especially games that take place in an urban environment, what you do is if you attack a certain faction, or if you attack this faction that's known for sending out patrols. Mm-hmm. So now, when you've beaten that side quest, now the difficulty of getting to each area, you don't see as many AIs walking around.
Right.
It's less,
It's like the more
you're less impeded, so you can do the main course.
So what you do impacts the universe around you too.
Right.
Yeah.
So like in Spider-Man, if you catch enough bad guys, there's less random crime and stuff like that going on or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah, I mean there was like a couple of different like gangs. Like you had the Kingpin's gang, you had the the Negative Man's gang.
Yeah.
They're all kind of throughout the city, and the more you fight one, you kind of slow them down. Well, then another one will try to take over a different part of the city, and when you look at the map, you can see that these guys are taking over here, so you got to kind of fight them back. And,
And if you're in one area, the crime, and you handle some of the crime in the area, the actual crime rate
Dissipates.
will.
Yeah. I know, and we'll get to this. Well, we'll talk about it when we get to it. What's next on the list?
The next one is Minecraft, it'd be number 8.
This is what I put as my number one.
All right. Why did you put it as number one?
As far as open world, it's all at your fingertips. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to make, you can do it.
I want to make a spaceship that goes into orbit and shoots nukes that detonates on a whole continent.
You can.
No, you can't.
I was taken back.
No,
I was
I've
like,
seen it
really?
happen. Achievement Hunters done
What?
it.
You can
No,
do
they've
this.
not.
They've gone to other planets.
There's no other planets in
I don't know
Minecraft.
if it's like Minecraft or like a version of it. Where it's
Okay, maybe there's mods and stuff out there, but I don't want to do all
it
the
could be
computer
done.
wizardry, nerd stuff. I want to download a game and I want to play it.
Well, that game exists.
All right.
So you can build a spaceship, build a base on the moon, blow up Earth.
I have seen things like even when I was big into playing Minecraft with my kids, I built a. We had the whole map. We had mines and portals and stuff all over the place, and we got tired of walking to it. So I built minecart rails, and then we got tired of picking up your minecart and putting on the rail and going. So I built a minecart rail hub. And so you walk inside, you sit down in your minecart, you push the button for your destination, and then like the rails charge up ready to go, and then you pull the lever and you take off and go.
Crunk, pull the lever.
It took me like 3 months to figure out how to wire all that stuff, because you have to do basic like wiring in order to figure out how to do all this stuff by laying the elements out and whatnot. And then they updated the game and changed the physics for stuff, and it just completely botched the whole thing. And I was like, nope, I'm quitting Minecraft now. So
I mean, there's like the stuff people have built in Minecraft, like the Titanic. They've built Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings, the Statue of Liberty.
I've seen it to scale USS Enterprise to scale.
To scale.
Yes.
Like to me, like I know as far as open world, it's like it doesn't stop. When
Yeah.
you play Minecraft, you just keep going and going. It just keeps generating more and more and more as the farther you go.
Right.
So I think as far as like an open world where you basically are God,
That's true.
you can switch into just creative mode and do whatever the hell you want.
That's
That's
cheap,
the way
though.
I've always played, is the creative mode. Just because it's so monotonous just to sit there, chop down this tree, chop down this tree, chop down this tree. It's like, I don't know.
I like playing survival mode just because there's a little bit more of a
Yeah, there's an edge
I
to
can
it.
mess it up. But I got my house. I have a security tower. I have a farm. And,
There's nothing worse
It's nice.
than
It's
playing
not much, but it's honest work.
survival mode, and you've built your house, and you have your garden, your farm, and your cows, and everything's working, and then some freaking creeper comes and blows it all up. Yeah,
There's nothing
Yeah.
worse than be digging in one of the caves and also
Oh,
turn
yeah.
around and there he is.
Or like you're tunneling down and you're going down like in a 1 block and you just tunnel down and you drop like 20 blocks into lava. It's just like, and there goes all of my stuff.
I've done that. I've tunneled down, and then like I accidentally blocked a wall of lava. And I was just like, just putting blocks out, and I blocked myself in, and I was like, well, I'm not dead, but I don't know where I'm at.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Should I go up, down?
To the left?
It's just a black screen.
Am I upside down?
Where am I?
It's like being in an avalanche. You just like, I don't know if I'm facing up or down. You have to spit and find out.
Yeah.
Let gravity decide for you.
Yeah, it's a fun
The
game.
ultimate thing in Minecraft is to kill the Ender Dragon.
That came late. That came late in the game, though. That was never like the main part of the game.
Yeah, Minecraft. I mean, it was just like a silly building simulator.
Right.
What
It's
is that?
really taken off.
So like, okay, if you play the game enough, you collect enough resources, you build these portals to go to different parts. There's like
To go to the Nether.
and then there's the End. I think is what it's called. Very tastefully done name. The End, and then in there is called the Ender Dragon. I've seen my daughter kill it like 15 times. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So,
It seems very complicated. I don't know. I couldn't do it. So
but your daughter can.
she's amazing at that game. She builds some pretty impressive stuff. So she's figured out how to take the livestock of animals and corral them based off of their species. So like they'll wander in and go into like their own little corral, and then if she wants chicken, she'll push a button and then the chicken will fall.
Like through a trap door.
Yep, and then just go through some machinery and process chicken.
She's running a meat packing plant.
Meat packing plant.
But I'm looking at her, she's like 10 years old, and I'm like, wow, this is really bringing out some ingenuity in kids. So,
I was very simple. I always just built bat caves.
Oh,
I'd build down into the ground and
Build a big T-Rex and a giant penny.
did you sing the song to you while you're doing it?
sometimes.
All right. All right, what you got? What's next?
All right, number 7 is probably one of your favorites, which is Legends of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Should be higher on the list.
It should not.
I think it's like, what is it, number 6?
7.
7?
Seven.
That's a
Yeah,
fair. That's a fair spot.
That's fair.
Well, first off,
It's a good game, but
It's very good.
Zelda was one of the first open world games ever to exist. If you want to just say you could go in any direction you want to, it wasn't a linear platform game or anything
Even
like
before
that.
Daggerfall.
This was 1980
Yeah, so it's
something.
before Daggerfall.
So yeah,
Daggerfall I think was
are you sure about
92.
that? You don't think Super Mario?
Super Mario was just a linear platform. Your guy
you're right,
goes
you're right,
one
you're right.
direction or backwards.
You're right.
So Zelda, you could go up, down, left, and right.
Oh, you're right.
4 directions at once.
But you could like one square, one screen. You could go up or down, and you could go to a whole nother screen. So if the whole map was like 12 screens, I mean, it was very, primitive. But hey, you could go anywhere. So
For the 80s.
yeah,
Cutting edge.
it was. So, but then they take it, and each iteration of Zelda that comes out just blows up, and Breath of the Wild being the most reincarnation of it is insane. It's a huge map. It's tons of quests. Like I probably put 300 hours into that game over the course of 3 years. So it's a fun game. It's very hard. It can be as hard as you want it to be,
Okay.
and it can be as easy as you want it to be. But it's a lot of fun.
I just find it very, I guess, didn't draw me in. Just from what I'd seen you play, I was like, because I don't know. It seemed like there was a lot of open world that didn't really have a whole lot to do other than travel.
A lot of walking.
300 million people out there would disagree, Mitch.
Oh,
300 million people can be wrong. I don't care.
I don't like it.
All right, what else you got?
Number 6, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I like the game. It was a lot of fun.
Assassin's Creed's come a long way with their
Yes.
open worlds.
Yeah.
yes.
I haven't cared about Assassin's Creed since Black Flag.
If you like
Which-
Black
that
Flag,
was
you
a-
would like this one.
Yeah, that was a
Flag's
big
good.
open world.
Half
a
of
lot
this
to
one
do.
is water stuff.
The Valhalla one coming out though.
That I might jump in on that one.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the trailer for that one.
you haven't seen it.
I don't know, it's
It
been out
looks-
for a while, but I haven't
Need
seen
to
it
watch
yet.
it later.
It looks amazing.
It does look pretty good.
But I mean, this one was pretty good. It's
Why was
kind
the
of
movie so bad?
because they wanted to
Because it's a video game movie. We all know you can't do that.
Oh, I had the curse.
Yeah, the
I had
curse.
the curse all over it.
well, they felt too, I guess, drawn to show the modern day instead of just the past. They could have stuck to the past and just that story.
Do they still do that for the Assassin's Creed games? Do
In
they
this
still-
one, I've played probably 15 to 20 hours of it, and I've come out of the ancient world maybe twice.
So they still have like a ongoing modern plot or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, you come out of it. They do like a 5-minute little talk, and you search around the modern day room that you're in to find.
I think that's why I
clues.
like Black Flag so much. They just didn't care. They're just like, whatever, you're just a pirate, go with it. And that
Yeah,
was,
I mean-
that was the end of it.
Well,
So,
that's pretty
You
much what
enjoy
this
it,
one
yeah.
is.
yeah.
Enjoy
That
it.
was like one of the annoying things about the first one
Yeah, the whiny dude
Like
that pops out.
It's like you be in like the middle of something kind of cool as Altair, and then it's like, and time to be Desmond and just wander around in my cell.
Yeah.
It's like
He's just like,
I don't want to be an assassin.
and you like try to figure out how to speed it up so you can go back into the Animus and go back.
But this one was pretty cool because, like, as a character, you could choose to help the Spartans or the Athenians.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could. I kind of fought on both sides, just depending on what I needed to get done. And if you can fight, which they're like large scale wars, where it's probably around 100 people on screen, and it's a tug of war kind of thing, where the more people you kill, the more your side starts to win.
Yeah.
And you influence the area all around you by that.
I think what Assassin's Creed did first is like most open world games, they'd have random NPCs and they'd just be people to kind of like decorate the environment. Like, they'd be there. You couldn't do much to them or whatever. But this was the first game that was like, one of these random NPCs at any time you might have to kill for some whatever reason. And you have to do it as very inconspicuous as possible and try not to disturb the environment, to assassinate somebody. And it definitely made you like a lot more conscientious of the NPCs and not just how pretty the regular like natural environment was, but the people that were the non-player characters running around too.
Yeah, I mean, because if they see you kill somebody, they take off running, screaming, "Hey, he's over here! He did this!" So
you get that 5-star Grand Theft Auto thing going.
All the guards in the city. Well, the thing was like try to get wanted in Assassin's Creed and then counter kill as many guards as you can. How many can I get?
There's probably some world record out there. It's probably like 6,000.
Well, see now you can't quite counter kill all.
Yeah, I know they got rid of it.
Yeah, you can counter, but it doesn't. You don't just automatically kill the person.
Yeah,
you can counter it and then you can try and attack back.
Which I think they got rid of it in Brotherhood.
Might have been. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But if you get caught too much now, they send bounty hunters after you. Which
that became a thing in Assassin's Creed 3.
Well, this one they'll
Was it Ezio or which one's it?
No,
That's
it's
the second one.
Connor.
Connor. Okay.
Is in
the Native American guy.
Well, I mean, if you
that was a good one. I like that one.
If you get too high, almost like Grand Theft Auto, you get too high of a rating, they'll send like guys that are 10 levels higher than you after you.
Yeah.
All you can do is run. And some of them will have like a bear sidekick. So like they have a trained bear that comes with them. It's like their pet. And you have to fight off the bear and the person at the same time.
That's the struggle bus.
That sounds exciting.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. But
all right, well,
we'll move on to number 5, which was Red Dead Redemption.
All right, Red Dead Redemption. I think that this is one of the most quintessential, like modern open world games because there's no loading screens. If there is, you don't even know you're in it.
Right.
And and like when there's a loading, the only time there's a loading screen is when you fast travel, and it punishes you essentially for fast traveling. The game tries to encourage you to stay as much in real time as possible. Which is cool. Sometimes you're just like, all right, I just want to go beat this thing real quick and fast travel.
Or you realize you're on the wrong side of the map.
It's like, where's this thing?
But not only that, like the cinematic stuff, where
It's not a curse word.
where do you want it?
Where you want it?
The nipple.
But anyway, sometimes you'll interact with people. They'll have like a little cutscene brawl, and you're like, you can't tell. Like I remember like playing the game and then watching stuff happen, and I'll put the controller down, and like it'll just be like silence, and I'll be like, oh, that wasn't a cutscene. I've been playing the whole time. My dude's not moving at all the entire time. Yeah.
Well, like they'll have like the cinematic like black on the bottom and top of the screen, and then it just kind of pans out where you're still the guy. There was no cut between it.
Yeah, the dialogue and just this goofy random stuff. I remember like I walked up to this one dude. I was riding my horse, and there's this one guy like shoeing a horse, and he's like, "What's up, stranger?" And he just gets blasted in the head by the horse. The horse just hauls off and kicks his head off, and you're just like, "Oh!" The horse runs off, and you're just like, "Free money."
What's this about?
Take some money.
See what he had in his pockets. Because like we were talking about it outside. We're like, you just be like going down a trail, and there'd be like that guy right there. It's like, hey, don't you come any closer. And like it's like the one path to get to where you need to go. And you're just like, look, I'm just trying to go over.
Calm down, man.
And he like pulls the gun. He's like, I said, don't come any closer. You're just like, God, I just need to. And you're like trying to give like as big of a like wide berth as possible. Like you like go into Narnia to go around and come around, and he shoots at you. Then you kill him, and some guy like 200 yards away just goes, I saw that.
That's all I was gonna say.
Sir, it's self-defense.
I was gonna say you get attacked, you kill the guy, and there's some guy that just pops out of a
And
bush.
I'm on trial for murder. It's preposterous.
The funniest thing I've ever seen.
outrageous.
I watched this video. This dude, like, happens upon some people on the road, and he's playing a bad guy, but bad character, and he's like, give me all your money, and he shoots his gun up to like get their attention. And he goes, "Bow!" And you're like, "Wow!" And a bird just falls out of the sky. He kills a bird, just flying over him. Just
what are the odds? I like how if you put the mask on, like the bandana, like nobody knows who you are, and you just go. And I was like, "Oh, where'd that guy go?"
Who's that man?
It's like, officer, he was wearing clothes just like that guy, but he had a bandana.
What in darnation?
Well, man, that's another thing.
What in tarnation?
That's another thing that makes that such a good open world game is like you said, he just randomly shot and just even you can't see it. A bird's like flying over the top, but you don't know it's there.
All
Or just like riding along and your horse starts bucking because there's a snake and you can't even see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was like looking to follow somebody, and I was just watching him, and he tried to beat a train. And he did not beat the train. And I was like, well, there goes my bounty.
Load last save.
So,
All right, cool. We'll move on to number 4, which is Fallout 4.
that is my number 1.
I did not.
I have
play
not
this
played
game.
that one.
I have not played that one either.
Fallout New Vegas is my favorite Fallout game.
That's the most recent one I've played.
And I think that is the best open world RPG game ever.
I'll take your word for it.
And my reasoning is the story for Fallout New Vegas is just on a league of its own for other Fallout games.
Okay.
There's cutscenes, but you choose dialogue and how, like, depending on what your skills are, how much your charisma you have, what you've experienced and stuff like that to the game up to that point, and it could impact everything from that point on to the game. So it diverges plenty.
So it's a very dynamic.
Very dynamic. Like you play the game 15 times, it's different every time.
Okay.
And the combat's fun. It's not like great, but it's fun and it's stupid and hilarious. Fallout 4 is definitely more focused on combat than it is story. There's still tons of different ways you can play Fallout 4, but the story for New Vegas is my favorite. However, one story about Fallout 4 I want to say before we move on is there's these giant green dudes called super mutants, and they're basically so Fallout takes place in the future. It's a dystopic future where after World War II, we focus more on nuclear energy than any other kind of energy, and we have like atomic cars and whatever. Well, we go to war with China, and fallout happens, and this is the remnants of people trying to survive post nuclear fallout.
Right.
And these super mutants were like these engineered nuclear withstanding idiots. They're really dumb, but they're super strong and just hulking beasts. And they walk around, they try to eat people, they try and catch them and eat them. So you gotta like sneak your way through them. So in some parts of the city, you see a super mutant walking around. And he's got this giant sledgehammer, right? And the cars, which are made with nuclear energy, that have been sitting there for hundreds of years, just percolating, just waiting to explode. You just walk up and you just like see them just looking at the car, and you can see the wheels turning in their heads. He just looks at the hammer, looks at the car, and you're just like, don't do it. Boom, just nuclear explosion and just body parts. And like I'm looking through my binoculars, and I'm just like, he did it. And then body parts rain all over me and stuff like that. Whoa, that's impressive. They just decided
He just like pulls out an umbrella. It's raining super mutant again.
Goofy game. It's fun though. So, yeah, it was my number 1.
Yeah, I think it was number 6 for me. So
Yeah.
I never played it.
it's all right. I've watched a lot of gameplay of it, but
I've listened to you talk about it a lot.
It's
You and Pez.
yeah, it's a silly game.
all right. Well, we'll move on to number 3, which is actually the largest map out of all of them that we're talking about. Is Witcher 3.
Oh, okay.
The map's like 218 kilometers.
Yeah, it's a busy game. I beat that game last year, and it took me about 6 months to beat.
I'm playing it right now.
I haven't even played the DLCs yet. I need to.
I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet though.
Yeah, I downloaded the whole game. I'm playing it right now.
Okay, and this is 3, right? Because
Yes,
Yeah.
I
this is
couldn't
the one that I
finish
hear
2.
that people have never played the game. They play that one and they go back and play the other ones.
Yeah, I couldn't.
that good?
I couldn't play 2. I couldn't get into it.
No.
I just would want to go back and play 3 again. So, but I did read the books because of the game, and I pounded those books, and those books were by far the best part about the whole Witcher experience. So I highly recommend it. But yeah, it's a great game. It's like Assassin's Creed. You level up and to yourself, but the environment around you could be random levels. So If you follow a quest line that way and you don't want to anymore, and you want to just take off and go some direction, do it at your own peril, because 3 miles that way could be,
level 50.
Yeah,
and you're like 20.
Yeah, so do it at your own risk. And you think you're. Some people are good enough, because if you're good enough at the combat, you can, kind of whittle people down.
Hit and dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that good, and plus they could take like a 30-minute fight, and that's just gonna exhaust me. I don't want to do that. So
Because if you mess it up once after 29 minutes, you're dead. And you got to do it all over again.
it's a good story, multiple endings. You play it for the side quests. You don't play it for the main quest. The main quest is fun, but all the interesting characters you meet and the stuff that you do with them and the cool stuff that you get from them is what makes it worth
quest.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. So love it a lot. All right, cool.
Number 2, Grand Theft Auto 5. You can do anything in this game.
It's pretty impressive.
You had a
That
number
game
one.
set the gold standard.
You had it for number one, right?
I think yes, it was my number one.
Yeah. So why is it?
It was my number one.
Well, because I think, you have to play to that Fortnite crowd. You got to make an open, like nowadays, you got to make an open world, easy stupid for those that want to play easy stupid. For those of like us that want a little more from the story, you got to make. I think Grand Theft Auto does that perfectly.
There's something for everybody.
Yep, exactly.
What's the one Grand
then-
Theft Auto story that just?
And then
brings
where
out?
else can you pick up a hooker? Do whatever you're gonna do.
What's a
and then
specific Grand Theft Auto story that you just like
Story?
giggle
I
about?
don't
It's just there's so much
some
craziness
incident
in
that
that
happened.
game. There's so much craziness.
Were you ever like killing a dude in the street, and then somebody saw you, and then a cop, and next thing you know, you're like running from like six
I like
airplanes
to
and a
walk
helicopter.
around and watch like the cops interact, because the cops they're getting in, they're on to you, but they're also on to everyone else too, and they're riding around like messing with
NPCs
people.
are not spared.
Yes, and you'll see them,
They
pull
tilt your
over.
shades down at you.
Yeah, you just watch him. Oh man, he's arresting this guy. Guys get arrested. What I love is when you like you'll beat someone up, and then like the guys in an ambulance will show up and they'll fix them. And then if you beat them up too, like they'll just give up and like, this is it. This is the murder scene. We sent help. Someone killed them, so we're done. No, but I get in like a jet and ride around and like just destroy things, and then.
If I wanted to play the entire game of Grand Theft Auto without breaking one law, is it
Not
possible?
possible.
It's not
No, it's
possible.
You're not gonna do it.
You wouldn't even get past the first level.
What game was
First
it?
mission.
I think it was Driver.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
a funny story now. Now that you remember, because Driver was like a
Yeah, I played,
copycat
I
of.
played Driver 3.
You just couldn't get out of the
my-
car.
So you couldn't get out of the car. I remember I was trying to do that.
Yeah.
I was trying to just I'm gonna obey all the traffic laws, and I'm a cop. I should know. I'm driving around, and I accidentally nudged the car in front of me, and we're sitting in traffic. The officer in the patrol car starts ramming everybody, just so he can turn. Come and get me. I was like, yeah, this game.
It's
yeah.
like that's accident review
No,
board.
this is. I was like, you just caused more damage than I just did trying to get to me. But
Someone's
anyway,
getting suspended.
It's all your fault though.
because he's like
they started it.
destroying cars. I'm like, he's not coming for me. Wait a minute. He is coming.
He
for me.
is. He definitely is.
Well, I always find it funny with the Grand Theft Autos. You could run a stop sign. They're going to kill you.
Yes, guns
do not
drawn.
take
Helicopters on you.
nonsense in that
Everything.
city.
There's probably
They
people
mean
like
business.
There's probably people like think that America is really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're playing Grand Theft Auto. It's like you stop at a stop sign,
Don't
or like at
jaywalk.
a traffic light, and like your front tire is on like the crosswalk line.
Yeah.
which is a ticket. And it's just like you just look. It's like huh, and then
Come
there's
here,
a
boy.
gunshot. And there's a cop just standing right next to your driver's side mirror and just caps you right there. It's like that's that game.
Well, I mean, if you play the online mode, there's so much you can do. You can go. They have a casino. You can go and
Yeah.
just play casino games. You can go. You can like basically you steal the fire truck. You can go and do fire truck missions like a fireman.
That's what I do. I love doing this.
There's all the
Fire
heights.
trucks.
You can do anything. I
Or
mean,
the impound. I like doing that.
My favorite bit is the racing. That's become its own. That's become its
Yeah,
own.
it's his
game.
own game in there. Yeah.
All right, we gotta wrap it up.
all right. Well, even though that game is so much fun, especially if you have more than one person, like if you have a team to play with, it's fun.
Yeah.
But we'll go on to number one, which is Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Another
best.
good game.
I've never played this.
I think that was the one, which is weird. But I've never played
Amazing.
Grand Theft Auto 5, so I guess we're all weird in our own capacities. But Skyrim is probably the quintessential open world game that everybody thinks
That
about.
is a game like you walk out of a town on like a little side quest.
Yeah.
4 years later,
Yeah.
you're on like you've done 80 other things, you've leveled up like 20 levels, and then it's like, oh, there's a main quest. What was I doing?
So I wasn't a tournament. I was so obsessed with the tournament. That's all I cared about.
The tournament?
Getting myself, ready for that. Then I want to become a vampire. I was like, how do you become a vampire? I research it. Okay, I want to become a vampire.
It's like I went to a town for like a main quest thing. I had to tell a Jarl about something. Next thing I know, I'm the Harbinger of the Companions. I'm a werewolf. I'm wanted by the Dark Brotherhood.
Yep,
I've killed 20 dragons.
Some of the dumbest NPCs though in video game history.
Some of the most quotable.
Like a
I was
guy
an
will
adventurer
walk up
like
with you with a bent fork and be like, "I'm gonna mug you. Give me all your money," and you're literally wearing dragon scales because you've killed so many dragons, and you're just like, "All right,
And then you Fusro die him into like the next world.
yeah."
It's like have fun in the plains of oblivion.
It wasn't this Elder Scrolls game, but I played one of them where you were talking about a vampire. I had become a vampire, and then like 3 months later, I decided to play, and I forgot.
You walked out in the
I was
sun.
walking out and just walking down the street. Why am I dying? Why am I dying?
What am I dying about?
What's killing me?
So they're burning. I was like, oh yeah.
I forget too. And people,
But I mean, like you could be walking through a city or through one of the holds, and somebody walks by and is saying something in conversation to another person, not even talking to you, and then it's like side quest pops up, and you're just like, Jesus, now I gotta ask him about it, and then you go do it. Oh my God, it's
I thought I
not.
said Jesus.
It's not a curse word.
Oh, he's got 2 for now.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
know. Spare him.
He said
You
twice.
gonna spare him?
I'm not.
Spare him this time.
Don't
Oh, you're out.
don't go easy on him.
Here's ammo.
Reload.
Dag nabbit.
Doggone it. Lint liquor.
What? Tarnate. Hey, you blockhead. Listen up, macaroni ears.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
I think Skyrim is deserving to be number one.
I think it is. I think that's why it has come out for every. I mean, how many re-releases has this game had?
Too many.
4.
You can get it.
I own 4.
You're gonna get it for your fridge one day. It's gonna be on your phone. It's gonna be built in. all
on the
sorts of
phone?
stuff. So.
That'll be the next thing.
When dreams
play that
become
one.
video games, it'll be on there.
Yeah.
Just
So
play while you sleep.
we'll never release Sky or 6 or Elder Scrolls 6. It's
No,
not-
it's just
need
gonna, how much can we do with Skyrim?
I thought about playing it, and then after y'all talked, I was
Play
like,
it.
"There's no way I'll ever
Play
catch up
it.
to anything y'all talked about.
No.
There's just
You'd
so
be
much to do."
surprised just how quick it happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, we got to wrap this up.
We do.
So let's. That was our top 10 list.
it was.
If you liked it, please let us know. If you want us to talk about or rate something else, shoot us a message on Facebook or whatever, and we'll consider it for the next episode.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We can use some subscriptions and some more views and likes. And
And Tom's Twitch, which is
Entertain_this.
yep, we'll make sure to probably retroactively put that in the front too. So we will be twitching. We have friends, and Warzone is crossplay. Do you have Call of Duty?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
and
can go
currently
with
they
quads.
currently they have quads on there. So
yep. If you like Booker, and tell us, and we'll let him play.
Yeah. Let me play, please. Jesus.
we'll allow him to play with.
If not, we'll play anyway. We
Yeah,
just won't tell you.
Let's say somebody else.
Somebody just sent a message like, "You playing with that Brian guy?
Get him.
All right, now get him out of there."
All right, cool. So this is the end of the episode where we do the punishment wheel of death, and we've updated it. Facebook requests.
We have.
Did you get one on there, Brian?
All right, it's
No.
recording. So
Do you?
You're gonna have well after this we'll get with you and get a bad game TV or
Okay.
movie to put on there.
All right, we'll get it for next episode.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, it's time to spin the wheel of destiny. No.
Better not be me.
It better not be me.
I hate you. I hate you.
Mitch,
4
by
in a
me.
row.
And after you stack the deck against me.
4 in a row.
All right, Mitch, guess who you get to watch? After MASH.
What is that?
The sequel to that crappy sequel to MASH.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
god.
didn't even make it a full season.
Oh, good luck.
That doesn't have like any of the popular main characters.
Don't watch it tired.
Oh yeah.
You got a trailer?
No, there is no trailer for it.
There's not even a like an intro or something.
There's an intro.
Just put an intro out there real
All
quick.
right, I'm not gonna record it. We'll just pop it up. But
All right.
let me pull it up here because I wasn't expecting to actually get it.
I mentioned 4 times in a row.
This is
Man, you were good at this.
how This is a rare, mysterious skill that
Yeah.
you have.
You know what? We are not working together in Cyberpunk when we do that. By the way, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
So we're doing
yeah.
it. We're
I'll
doing a
pause it
Cyberpunk tabletop game coming out in July 18th is when we're planning on doing this, and it's in preparation for the game, which just got delayed, unfortunately,
Again.
to November. But
Okay.
we'll have this tabletop game coming out, where we're going to meet it at a gaming store, and we'll have a game master and a bunch of players, and Brian is more than welcome to join us, and we will play these tabletop fantasy game versions of us interacting in the world of Cyberpunk. So if you're interested in what the world is and what this game is all about that everybody won't shut up about like me, this is a good way of figuring it out. All right, I'm sorry. Back to your regularly scheduled Mitch Punishment Hour.
Welcome to the Mitch Punishment Wheel. So I never.
Look how bad that video quality is.
God.
It's like a sad opening bit of like the actual show MASH that was very popular. Had like the most watched episode of all time at the time.
This looks like a World War II documentary, like with their footage that they used
Yeah,
back then.
It does. It's Korea.
It's in
but
color now.
It's so bad. No one
Why?
liked this show.
I can understand why. It's depressing just watching
It
the
does
opening.
look.
Jamie Farr.
What is that?
Jamie Farr.
Screw that
That looked
guy.
like the monster from
Screw
When the
William.
Earth Stood Still. The original.
Oh.
Yeah, there's Marilyn Monroe and her butt.
What does this have to do with MASH?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But you're going to watch it.
I'm not the one who designed the intro to the show. I wasn't alive then.
That's good.
So you get to watch after MASH.
This is
All right.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
sir,
Taking one
no.
for the team then. God, I got him. You know what? We should give Tom a shot. Go ahead, Tom.
why am I getting shot twice?
Because you're better than that. Mitch. You're better than that.
Mine's malfunctioning.
You don't even know how the gun works.
No, I know how it works.
There we go. Finally.
All right, cool. That was episode 18. Please join us back. Like and subscribe. Talk to Booker. He'll be Brian. He'll be a part of our group, and he'll frequent more often whenever we can get him on. And because you're a valuable guest, I would like to present to you the Entertain This pin, which we have available for anybody who is interested in
joining our Patreon.
joining our Patreon.
Sweet.
And you know what? The first guy that says, I want a pin on our Facebook page gets one for free. Just got to say it because that tells us that you're actually watching the episode.
Yeah.
So,
Which means you made it all the way to the end.
Yep.
So you can listen to the whole thing.
congratulations, you get a pin.
That's for you, buddy.
Yep. All right. That's it. So goodbye from Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye from Mitch.
Bye.
Goodbye from Hayden. And goodbye from Brian.
See
Bye,
ya.
Brian.
Deuces, everybody.
Adios.
That's our Fantasy Island one, isn't it? Yeah.
I guess so.
Welcome
Tom,
to
do we have to
Fantasy
Continue to
Island.
talk and like the show's going off. We'll continue to talk.
Yeah. So,
Have meaningful conversation.
Serious stuff.
yeah, I got like adjust my notes.
What's with the news nowadays? I'm going to get those people.
That was fun.
We're doing it live.